have Little Fox in the Forest. Do you see Little Fox? He's going through the forest. We're going to watch him on his adventure. This is a wordless picture book. That means there are no words, just pictures. So it's illustrated by Stephanie Gregan, and she drew the pictures, all of them pictures. We can tell the story using our memory and using the pictures. This is Little Fox in the Forest. There's Little Fox on the shelf at the end pages. Next to a bunch of books. Little Fox in the Forest. Illustrated by Stephanie Gregan. I got up in the morning, got out of bed, and I put my stuffed animal Fox back on his shelf for the day. Then I got dressed and I walked to school. I said hi to my friends. We worked on numbers and reading. And then school was over. I had had so much fun, but the day went by fast. After school, I went home and I grabbed my Fox off the shelf, gave him a big hug, and played and looked at some photographs of me and my Fox since I was a baby. See, I had had my little Fox stuffed animal since I was a very young baby. And now I'm old enough to go to school. So the next day was my turn for show and tell. So I brought Little Fox. And I brought a picture of Little Fox and me holding him when I was littler. After school, I had him in my backpack. And I walked out, and I decided once I got to the park that I wanted to swing. So I set my backpack down, and I got on a swing, but I did not know that I was being watched by a real orange fox. He saw my stuffed animal Fox. He ran and grabbed it and took off into the forest. I said, "Hey, that's my little Fox." And I decided to run after them. A friend of mine was watching, and he ran after me. We went into the deep, dark forest. My friend had grabbed my backpack and followed me into the deep, dark forest. And I passed a bird on a branch, but I did not see the two foxes. The bird flew with me, and there was even a squirrel wearing a hat. And I saw the two foxes run down the hill. So I chased after them still. Running, running, running. Oh, it's hard work. I got to the bottom of the hill, and I did not see them. My friend had caught up to me. He said, "Hey, wait, I brought you your backpack." I said, "Thank you." And then we noticed at the bottom of a tree was a door. So we knocked on it to see if we could get some help. Out came a little squirrel. And I showed him my picture from show and tell. I said, "Have you seen this little fox? A real fox has my fox, and I need to get it back." And the squirrel says, "I saw them run that way." So we followed them. Now, real fox had little fox, and he ran into Bear. Bear said, "Hello, Fox, what have you got there?" Fox said, "I've got a little fox just like me." He didn't know it, but Weasel or Gopher was watching him.
Willie Weasel is like this.
Little Orange Fox was thinking about, yeah, you're right, Willie Weasel is like that. The Orange Fox was thinking about all the fun things he was going to do with his new stuffed animal fox. When all of a sudden, Little Weasel or Gopher jumped out and said, "Stop!" He said, "Give me that, little fox." He was not being kind. Little Fox said, "No, I love him. It's my little fox." Big Bear came running because he heard them arguing, and they were chasing each other in a circle. And finally, Weasel got the little stuffed animal fox. And Orange Fox was sad and mad, but Bear picked up Weasel, picked up Little Fox, and said, "You need to give the fox back to his fox. And you need to be safe, kind, and ready to friends in the forest." He said, "You need to go take a break and think about being safe, kind, and ready. Next time you need to use your kind words." And he gave Orange Fox back the little stuffed animal fox. And Orange Fox went to his home. And just after he went through, so did I and my friend. We went through a hole in the brush. And we didn't even know it, but there was an entire village of animal places. There was a bugs and berries store. There was a vegetable shop. There were houses and cottages and gardens. This is where all the animals lived. It was amazing. We saw a fox in the shop. So we went in, but when he turned around, it was not the fox that took my stuffed animal fox. We said, "Have you seen them?" And everybody said, "No, we have not seen them." So we kept walking. We kept walking, and we saw 2 more foxes. And when we caught up to them and they turned around, they had stuffed animals, but no stuffed animal fox. They were 2 different foxes. I hung my head. I was sad. I didn't think I would get my stuffed animal fox back. I asked the porcupine, the skunk, the chipmunk, the rabbit, and the raccoons, and the owl. None of them had seen the orange fox with my fox. I was frustrated. I was going to my animal brain, and I couldn't think. My face was red. I was breathing hard, and finally I yelled out his name, "Little Fox!" So my friend decided to yell too, "Little Fox!" And everyone stopped and looked and listened. But nobody knew where my fox was. So I sat down on a tree stump. And then Bear came over. And Bear said, "Wait a minute. Are you looking for Little Fox who is with Orange Fox?" And I said, "Yeah, he has my little fox." And Bear said, "I know where Orange Fox lives. I'll take you to get him." So he took us to Orange Fox's house. Now, did Orange Fox take Little Fox because he was trying to steal? No, he just liked him and wanted to play with him. He didn't know that Little Fox belonged to the girl. And so the girl peeked inside, and there was Mama Fox and Orange Fox snuggling with my stuffed animal fox. He wanted a stuffed animal. So I knocked on the door and I said, "Excuse me, Mrs. Fox, I think your son has my fox. I think he took it on accident." And his mother said, "Oh my, Orange Fox, you need to give back the stuffed animal fox." Orange Fox was sad, but he gave stuffed animal fox back to me, and I could tell he was really going to miss it. Orange Fox stood there for a minute, and then he ran to his room and laid down on his bed, and he was kind of crying quietly. I could tell he was super sad, and he really liked that stuffed animal fox. In your chairs. So do you know what I did? I gave him stuffed animal fox. I said, "Would you like to have stuffed animal fox to snuggle?" And do you know what he said?
Yes.
Yeah, I would. I would love him. "Oh, thank you." He said, "Actually, do you know what? I have a polka dot unicorn pony. Would you like my polka dot unicorn pony?" And do you know what I said? "Sure, that looks fantastic. I would love to snuggle with your polka dot unicorn pony." So I walked away with my friend with a brand new polka dot unicorn pony, and Orange Fox stayed at his house and snuggled with his new stuffed animal fox. My friend and I walked back, and that night I snuggled in my bed with my new polka dot unicorn pony. And Orange Fox snuggled in his bed with his new stuffed fox animal. And that is the end of Little Fox in the Forest, as read to you by Mr. Bean. Thanks, friends.